convenience, but I really want to make it stop me from at least make an effort to share them kind of information. Now I'm come across this information. Yeah, with what I have from I have it in my archive because I have a lot of information sit down on, But this is a brethren where him say him is a paralegal. Let me read it. My name is John Corman. I'm going to say complete gratitude, sir, John Corman. Anywhere you're there out there, complete gratitude. Now, this is for the people where I do them business, I have them house and I get mortgages, but any loan, anyway. Okay, it's I, as a paralegal who lives in Florida, where I investigate mortgage loans for an attorney who defends clients against foreclosure. The job I did was research the corporate trust documents, which is a law of the case, filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission in reference to the target loan and create an affidavit based on my findings. So this man I put an affidavit out there. I probably have to bring up the case and present it to. So one, almost every mortgage loan investigated which was produced by a major banking institution between the years 2000 to 2008 was securitized. Now I'm going to put the definition of securitization, at least one of them. We say securitization is is an act of producing an investment vehicle of mortgage-backed securities. Again, securitization is an act of producing an investment vehicle of mortgage-backed securities. Remember, I'm telling us how now to learn about securities and all of these things. MBS, using the borrower's mortgage note as the underlying corpus as collateral. All of this have everything to do with the certification of vital record. Everything. Listen, in each and every securitized loan produced by these banking institutions, file with the Securities and Exchange Commission certain documents which are mandated, included, but is not limited to the one, pooling and servicing agreement. What is that? Pooling and servicing agreement is a legal document that contains the responsibilities and rights of the servicer, the trustee, and other over a pool of mortgage loans. Bear in mind, servicer and trustee, take note of those names, those specific positions. Now I'm going to say number two, them have prospectus. And I say prospectus is a printed document that advertise or describe a commercial enterprise in order to attract or inform clients, members, buyers, or investors. Take note of the word investors, my people. I'm going to tell you, so now come a class, but I going, this is just, the start of it. Because we're going to go over these things until you guys kind of get it. Number three was the indenture. And the definition, my breakdown, a legal agreement, indenture is a legal agreement, contract, or document or an arrangement binding an apprentice to a master. And then them said a 10K, which is a yearly report, a 10Q form, which is a quarterly report, and the 8K, which is current report. And them have Form 15D and the servicing agreement, hereinafter referred to as documents agreed to by the parties. Now, all of what I just said, my people, yes, we're clueless, but we have to go learn these things. We have to go familiarize ourselves with these financial terms or terminology. And if we not do that, watch me now, somebody more ruthless than Andrew will come forward and we will have absolutely no choice. You see, if we not apply ourselves, we not gonna make it. Because the dunce people them are go there in a one corner and the people them will apply themselves are gonna keep moving along. But the dunce people are gonna sit down and wait for politicians to do all kind of things for them. Because them can't direct the politicians. So, you know what I mean? You have to have the information. Now, I man like to take notes, some kind of through my information this. You know what I mean? Because the brethren place some information out there. So me through me not understand too much of the things. And when I see certain words, I want the definition. So me I get the definition and I'll place it there as addition to the information. So bear with me, my people. We have a thing called REMIC, them call it REMIC, but it's really real estate mortgage investment conduit. Again, real estate mortgage investment conduit is a type of multi-class mortgage-related security in which interest and principal payment from the mortgage-related asset. You hear what I say? What would be the mortgage-related asset? I would assume or presume that asset is a collateral security known as a birth certificate. And that is just my presumption. They can rebut it if they choose. Again, the REMIC is a type of multi-class mortgage-related security in which interest and principal payment from the mortgage-related assets serving as collateral, again, the assets serving as collateral are structured into separately traded securities called classes. Brethren, I tell you, say, I think kind of 2018, me I mess around and I'm a break into the birth certificate area. That's why I know say at the Massachusetts Business Trust card, that's where I'm gonna find these information. And when I look and see how much money attached to my name when I cannot access, this is why it's like an obsession, people. Literally, I'm not going to school for these things. I just sit down and apply myself. And I think that's the best way to go. Because if I go somewhere and a man tell me do this, and me do it, and even get success, I will not be able to explain what happened. And this is why most people now have no success. Them just spend money with gurus and going around in circles. Now, me I present information out here to you guys for free. My intellectual property for free. However, when I make it private, that's it. And do not try contact me, please. I'm no guru here. When you look for contact me, make sure you choose for contribute to the office. You can't talk to me, especially on this level now for free. It won't happen. This is why I gift this thing freely out there on the internet. You understand? Now, we say reading these documents in each investigation to date, the common mandate procedure is as follows. First, we have a lender. Because if you want to buy a house, you have to go to somebody who will lend money. You know, allegedly, only because you don't know what's going on, but I'll break it down to you guys. Number two, shortly after the mortgage note document have been executed or before the note is executed, the lender sells or has already sold its rights, title, and interest in the mortgage note to a third party. Them call it an arm-length transaction, which is a true sale to a party known as the seller. Listening, people, me know this new tone, I'm mega actually, every now and again, mega go over these things and give the breakdown of these different, you know what I mean, positions, whether it's seller, whether it's lender, whether it's borrower, whether it's servicer and most importantly, trustee. You get me? Because they are all the public servants are always our public trustee, but them try reverse the rule only because we not have the information when necessary. That is it. Now, number 3, so within 30 days of or less, the seller will sell its right, title, and interest to the mortgage to this mortgage note to another party known as the purchaser, also identified as the depositor. People, I know it seems like a lot in people, but that's why it's recorded. One can go back and play and play and play and take on the time, do no research and get there because it's necessary. This information them no want to know. Number 4, the depositor agrees to trade with the named trust entity. Who is that named trust entity? That's your surety, my people. That's the same birth certificate, my people. On the island, them call it the birth registration form. But through I am at a much higher level, I call it the certification of vital record. Because that would be the de jure area. While the birth registration form will be in the de facto era. This is after them hypothecate the document. Boy, people, don't ask me where me get them information, yeah? Don't ask me how me sound like this. I never got to know school. I just say, boy, salute the ancestral spirit where animate I. But I say freedom, freedom in and freedom means. So all information what I bring is conducive to what me I deal with. Freedom. Yeah, man. So remember the depositor. You understand me? I go on a whole heap of title, The purchaser also identified as the depositor. Now, number 4 says the depositor agreed to trade with the trade trust entity, which is our surety, which is a bank. You understand? Which is our true exemption from all financial liability according to the public policy that is in force now, where them are use negotiable instrument and the negotiable instrument laws out there. I hope my people are get it, Because you now get it nowhere else on this island. You can't get it from anyone at that university. Them not have it. How can they? You know what I mean? What curriculum? Not one of them can come and say them have this thing. No. Now it's mortgage note for a predetermined amount of mortgage-backed securities. Remember, I keep telling us that this is where we're going to be, where we are dealing with securities. Yeah, man. Let me go back again. The depositor agreed to trade with the named trust entity, its mortgage note. He might trade it, This is what them call on the stock exchange, Tell me, I tell you what I go on, When I say the stock exchange over foreign there, this is exactly the breakdown, but there's a subtle deception to it where you can never know. You can never know this deception I'm going to share with you. And this deception is presented by the brethren, this paralegal, because him actually make it in an affidavit. So say, boy, it's there where we can pull it up and look at it. So you can't shoot me and say, boy, me I let out any secret. And you can't blame me, blame the ancestral spirit. Babylon. Anyway, the depositor agreed to trade, always trading, to trade with the named trust entity, its mortgage notes, for a premeditated amount of mortgage-backed securities, less commission. These birth certificate, are then sold to the investors. Who do you think the investor is? I won't tell you yet. I'll continue to read. Now, this paralegal said, a really interesting thing happened once the mortgage note is acquired by the named trust entity. So you see, from you go buy a house, a car, once you go do any financial business, it's not really you. You're just to show what is really your legal entity, the birth certificate, that collateral security, that sophisticated financial instrument, that is what is really on the table. But you will never know that, and they will never make you know that. You understand? You can't know that. Anyway, it's now a really interesting thing happen once the mortgage note is acquired by this name trust entity. Witness through the use of a specialty license software which permits investors or license users access to any name trust entity. Now, what specialty license software could that be? Because remember, I'm telling us I'm going at that thing, and well, it look like me is a hacker. I'm gonna know it. Because I'm telling them I like for read and write long time, and me always go on with myself. But I tell you, say, boy, I'm no license user, so I must be an investor when me can access this thing. However, let's continue. This man say me use a specialty license software where number one, him say, I can see each mortgage loan held by this name trust entity and I can see its current status. Now, when I go into the Fidel commissary, when I go into Fidel commissary, the business trust, when you go into the the birth certificate, when you have the information and break it down, you're going to see current status, you're going to see prospectus, you're going to see all of these phrases that is being used here. Number two, say, I can see if the named trust entity is in possession of the mortgage note document. Number three, say, I can see if the mortgage note is 30 days late, 60 days late, 90 days late, or if it is in foreclosure using this specialty software. Number four, him say, I can also see how many tranches have been created within that name. Tranches would be like duplicates. Yeah, like if you have a one apple. Let me see if the example is here. The analogy to describe what a trench is in my mind's eye or my own view would be similar to you giving me one apple. I return this one apple to you as apple juice. Remember, me give you an apple and you return this apple to me as an apple juice in a different form. And however, I managed to create from this one apple 10 additional artificial apples out of thin air and transform them into apple juice. Number six, and now this name trust entity, all right. In other words, I must say, you will have one instrument, like a birth certificate, but when them I do for them little fanciness with it, it generate up to 10 times its value. So you're gonna find it a trade out there in a different location, the very same instrument, but you can't know that, Remember, we can't know that. If this affidavit never the public, we wouldn't have them kind of information here. And this is from 2010, people. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna sit down on some information for years, but I can't access it until now. I'm telling us I'm not just a study, people. That's why the professors them at the university we have issue with me. Them have to come a class. That's why with don't look a PhD and master's degree do not impress me. Really. Unless you're not expressing yourself on this level. Outside the colonized curriculum. Yeah, man. Self-taught round here. Anyway, I got have to do a part two with this, because I never come out here lock and load. I'm going to bring my thing for plug up, and I look for my battery life, and I tell us that this information here is not normal. Me really have second thoughts to bring it forward, because I'm still not get to the sweet part, Anyway, let me see how far I can get before it shut down. It's now this named trust entity has the authority and ability to sell, and we just put juice from 10 artificial apples, which is to sell mortgage-backed securities in multiples of the underlying collateral by creating multiple tranches within said named trust entity. I know it won't go over on ahead, people, but stick with me. Stick with me. When these multiple trenches, within these multiple trenches, I find the same mortgage note to exist at full face value. The last investigation, which I just completed within the past week, the named trust entity held 21 trenches and the target mortgage note appeared in each one of those trenches. That means them are dupe ones and ones out there. It says this one mortgage note now has the potential to generate 21 times its face value of this mortgage note. You see that? In mortgage-backed securities sold to investors. Now it's based on the foregoing, if a trust sell these mortgage-backed securities to investors and receive only 10 times the face value of the original underlying mortgage note security, has the named trust entity been damaged? No. By the mortgager not making the promised monthly payment under the mortgage note agreement? No. How can he be damaged if he get paid? But if you don't know him get paid, then he's going to tell us you have to pay, you have to pay, you have to pay. In other words, if Sam goes to the bank and borrows a sum of money, but Sally pays off the debt, can the bank still claim to be a damaged party because Sam did not make the payment as promised? I don't think so. Anyway, people, it's that kind of information. Yeah, me have a bunch more right, guys. This brother I write a complete, treatise on this thing. But again, I'll probably retitle this thing and change it up a little bit, and you know what I mean? I'm just come back and go right back over all of these things. There's always power in repetition, people. Always power in repetition, man. And yeah, it's always about the information, never about the man. Yeah, man, it's always about the information, man. And never about the man. Yeah, man, that's the information share. And through with that on it, we can look on it and continue to read for another 5 minutes or so. It's in the event whereby the lender knows forehand this loan or mortgage note will be sold outright, securitized once executed, the borrower is actually entering into an undisclosed investment contract, not a loan per se. So when you think you get a loan, you actually are entering an undisclosed investment contract, but you're totally unaware of it. It's in the not so distant past and through our history prior to securitization, the maker of a mortgage note hold a promissory right, a possessory right to said mortgage note. Once the debt was discharged, the bank which held the mortgage note as a special deposit returned it to the borrower, but they don't do that no more. Today, with the advent of securitization, these so-called loans, special deposits, are truly investment contracts, mortgage notes sold outright to generate profit, and the borrower is an undisclosed investor with possessory right. Possessory right. You have it in your possession, so you have possessionary right, just like your birth certificate, you have it in your possession. It's your name upon it, not these trustee or these government entity. So you have a right, but you don't know about it. Yeah, man. Possess your right to the profits generated from said mortgage note. So when I say on have mortgage note, it's really an investment and you really have the right to the profits, but you abandon it because you don't know nothing about it. But me, I tell you it. I now keep no secret for Babylon. When I sign a non-disclosure agreement, and I'm now Freemason, probably Mason. Yeah, man. Now, ， It's because this undisclosed investor, borrower, got a borrower, the undisclosed investor, is unaware of the money due to them, it abandons the right to receive said funds when borrower maker fail to make a claim to said fund within 3 years. So within 3 years, you can make a claim when you buy a house or you get a mortgage or you get a loan. But you have to have the information, my people. I just stumble upon it and I get the clarity. So, still a work in progress. So, not call me and ask me no kind of mess. Just work with me and study with me and we all learn together. You know, if you pay a guru no 9,000 US dollar, you don't. It's because, yeah, I'm have to wait 3 years. Said to prove my point, the Attorney General needs to request the servicer, D. Kelly, Spanish Town Court Clerk, or the trustee, D. Kelly, Spanish Town Court Clerk, to produce a copy of the 1099 original issue discount form, which was filed with the Internal Revenue Service, and the 1099A, including the 1099B. So, Spanish Town Court Clerk. I know, sir, I probably have free up the thing and all of these things, but I probably have say, why I'm keep going on? Because I have my vehicle in my possession. You understand? And me had a location where I have my address, postal address, and I get a notification about nothing at all. So I just keep going at you people. Like a tear on a business wide open. Yeah, man, and then I have to pay me some money either anyway, because you're going to find out the contract make law. And when you violate a do not trespass sign, then you initiate a contract and you're going to have to pay. This is outside of your governmental authority. This is you as man, police officer, in your personal capacity, because you should be able to read and write, else you couldn't have that job. So again, to prove my point, the Attorney General need to request the servicer, which is these court clerk and some other little guys who think them slick, because them are, usurp your position, or the trustee to produce a copy of the 1099 OID form, which was filed with the Internal Revenue, and the 1099A and the 1099B. These three forms are filed with the Internal Revenue by either the servicer or the trustee, and will prove the aforementioned allegation that it is the borrowers that created and is entitled to the original issue discount, but the borrower has abandoned these funds, which is a 1099A, which is now claimed by the servicer or the trustee with the 1099B. So the servicer and the trustee are the same person, people. A one person usurp and go on with themselves. In other words, the aforementioned form will identify the bank as the debtor, the bank as the debtor, the financial institution is the debtor. The profit made from the invested mortgage note belongs to the maker, which is the borrower. Yeah, man, the earth would be a wonderful place if not for the deceit of others out there, the scam. Many of today's so-called lenders only lend their name to the mortgage loan transaction. In other words, number one, the lender did not lend you their money. An undisclosed third party provides the funds for the borrower, making it appear as if the lender, bank, or broker provides the funds. Undisclosed third party, that are your trust fund where you don't know about. A group of investors or a single investor creates what is commonly known as a special purpose vehicle, SPV, wired the money to the lender just prior to closing. The lender or banker, now acting in the capacity of a nominal lender, use the SPV, which is a special purpose vehicle, money to transact the closing. Once the closing was completed, the nominal lender was paid in full plus a commission. Then the nominal lender put its name on the mortgage note. You see the fraud? The nominal lender put its name on the mortgage note. Within 24 hours from closing, the nominal lender was required to physically conveyed, which is transfer, the mortgage note to the true lender or investor. Now, thereafter, the nominal lender takes a new role as the servicer of the debt, the very same nominal lender, or it may employ a subservicer. The borrower makes a monthly payment to the servicer who he or she believes is the lender, who forward the payment, excuse me, less its fees to the true lender slash investor. The homeowner was tricked into thinking he or she was a borrower or a loaner when in fact he or she was a seller of a mortgage note into an investment trust. That's a special purpose vehicle. The investment trust has no right to the mortgage, which is used to facilitate the purchase of a note fraudulently procured under the guise of a loan. So they might tell you it's a loan, but it's really some kind of investment. And you are an investor, but you don't know. And because you're an investor, you're entitled to profits, but you're totally unaware. You walk away from it and you work every day like a clown. Pay every day like a clown. Choose not to apply yourself. Oh, you're going to engage in contract and you don't know nothing about contract. And then you're going to hire one of the government attorney. Oh, you know, come call a man like I for make you sign the closing and walk away and you don't even have to pay not one payment because it's already paid for. And you won't be able to sign no power of attorney because I am your counselor. Anyway, step by step, my people. Step by step. Now it's the lender, bank, now acting in the capacity. Well, I'm touch upon that. Let me see how far I can get to before. So the homeowner was tricked into thinking he or she was a borrower of a loan when in fact he or she was a seller of a mortgage note into an investment trust. This investment trust has no right to a mortgage, which is used to facilitate the purchase of a note fraudulently procured under the guise of a loan, when in fact it was not a loan, but rather the purchase or sale of a mortgage note, facilitating the foundation of these mortgage-backed securities, my people. It said the true nature of this transaction was not disclosed to the borrower either before or at closing, and the nominal lender was paid in full plus a commission for a loan he did not fund. Was a question: can a nominal lender that did not fund the transaction, which is the loan, putting its name on the mortgage note, pretending to be the true lender, tricking a homeowner into signing over a mortgage note in order to secure an investment security, thereafter assign a beneficial right to a third party, a right which it never held from the beginning? This is why we are say Attorney General, you have to go bring forward that servicer, and we have to go follow the chain of endorsement. Anyway, people, we're going to do a part 2 around here, we have to go read and reason and go through this information, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, sister, a whole heap of information we kind of get up. So I should remember where we stop. Yeah, man. I should remember which part we stop, and then, yeah. We just continue talk like this. Again, them thing you go over my people head. Them like to hear mix up. Them like to hear, when me I call it the government people, them all kind of names. But when you have to read and write and, buckle down, it kind of shock your brain. And when you colonize, it really tear up your head. You don't have no time for it. So that's why we just talk. So the ones them listen when them can. And when the spirit get into them, then them can look at the information. So again, we do give thanks out here. We say the brave may fall but never yield. We choose to stay bold and brave. We choose to stay firm and strong. And I must say salute to my beautiful first lady. Yeah, man. My life partner. Yeah, man. My one and only. I'm telling you, me a one burner, you know. Me a one of them proud one burner there, you know. Yeah, man. Me not have no issue. Me a old boy. I've been there and done that. And there is nothing like when you have your, oh gosh, man. We do give thanks. So again, salute my beautiful first lady out there. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Complete gratitude for your presence within our life. Yeah. Now, for you colonized people out there, I call you colonized because that is a truth and that is a fact. You understand? Now, we show the distinction between the colonized and the uncolonized. You know what I mean? Between the statutory and what you call the constitutional. Put it that way. And then because we are West Indian free people, specifically Awak Indian, then we are national. Yeah, man, we're set we apart. And that no means, you know, and nothing crazy. It means we apply ourselves and elevate above the colonized folk. This is why when colonized people talk, me have to guide them when them a talk to a man like me. Because I'm uncolonized, you know what I mean? Me have to truly, you know, when them speak, me have to say, slow down, stop. Let's start from this point right here. Cause all the way you say, you know, me can just use one word. You know what I mean? You don't need for, you know, spend 3-4 minutes for just use one word. So this is where, you know, we bring clarity and we encourage our people to apply ourselves. We said this is the revolution. It is an intellectual revolution. We don't want no violence. Every man have the right to have them armament. So nothing wrong when you have your machine. You have up your rifle and thing when you're a free man. You get me? But you can't be no criminal. You can't be no aggressor out there. And you have to have knowledge to stay correct, to stay accurate. So again, we do give thanks for the giving of thanks. And you know, we like when we get the opportunity to share some information, the basic information. But me I tell you, say, them a trick on out there. They have done you guys wrong in every which way, in every which form. They have done you guys what? Wrong. Yeah, man. So give thanks again. Salute, Joel Jagwasi, Chelsea Holic. Salute as usual. Salute. Give thanks again, people. Yeah, man, the dual nationality. People just, I don't know. You, yeah, yeah, you can be a Jamaican citizen and you can not be a Jamaican citizen, and it is fine. You know what I mean? It is fine. It's not a problem. Yeah. When you're a statutory federal citizen, then sometimes it's much easier for you. When you're not, the responsibility is great, truly great. Anyway, complete gratitude, people. Salute.